Tonight, the Simpsons make history again. It's the 800th episode on an all-new animation domination. And it all starts tonight at 8, 7 Central on Fox. Bart Simpson was the honorary starter for the 500 earlier today. Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. It's the Kyle and Kyle show at the front. Two fast Chevrolets. They have been holding the field at bay. Looks there like Ryan Blaney is one who wants to get this show moving a little more forward, a little faster.
Yeah, and when they want to get this show moving, the only way to do that is to be more aggressive, and see Ryan Blaney shoot that 8 car out and kind of leaves that 11 car of Denny Hamlin behind, and they chose to go to the top lane.
Now we're lining up for stage points. Top 10 drivers will get points at the end of stage 2, 12 laps from now.
Well, we know how much points matter. All the way through the season this year, NASCAR changed back to the chase format, so you want to get all the points that you can right here in stage 2 if you can get them.
Right, no more win and you're in. It's the total points after 26 races that determine the drivers who will drive in the 10-race chase for the championship.
Larson wanted to get down to the bottom in front of Denny, thought better of it, stay in line so far on the outside. Got some good help behind him, SVG and Chastain, two teammates.
Yeah, SVG's doing a great job. I don't think we've been able to cover his super speedway racing much, but he's doing a great job right there behind Kyle Larson.
I just feel like that outside line has the momentum. It seems like the inside line kind of has that slinky effect and loses momentum and their ability to move forward.
Especially this late in the run, as the cars start to handle a little bit worse.
You see Busch go down there and he'll slow that lane down, but he wants to be right up there in that outside and stay in line.
5 Chevys, 3 Fords, 2 Toyotas in the top 10 right now. Closing in on the end of this stage.
11 to go, though. It's probably not time. I'm going to ride right here. I want to just obviously hold suit right here, and then hopefully 2 to 3 to go, start making my moves and go with the momentum if the opportunity presents.
They're going to lap past Connor Zillage, 4 laps down after crash damage. Chase Briscoe back on track, 12 laps back, but still in it. Still to pile up points and get the best finish they can.
Still see that 40 car right there of Justin Allgaier. Covered it a little bit earlier, but he hasn't gone anywhere. He's been consistently just sitting right there, and the guy right behind him, Bubba Wallace.
Six times Bubba's led the 500, 2 runner-up finishes. Told me this morning, you've got to get yourself in a position to win. Then you got to find friends.
Continue to see Kyle Busch switch lanes and doing a great job of controlling the front of this race and the lines as they get to him.
Well, he kind of keeps that slinky effect happening on the bottom, and as he gets them slowed up and creates that, he'll move right back to the momentum on the outside. You know, might just choose the middle right here. Here he goes back up.
Well, they're pretty close right there this time, Clint. They're all the way. Denny Hamlin's all the way beside Kyle Busch this time through turns 3 and 4.
And if you look on back through that bottom lane, look, hey, he's going to move up and do the same thing. I want some of that. Whoa, really close on the inside with Blaney.
You're about 2 in your mirror. 8 to go here. 8.
But if you look, that inside line got a lot more formed all the way throughout. Fixed all those gaps. You see that? Now all of a sudden they'll be able to prevail.
Now look, 3rd car on the inside who's fought his way back up into the group again. 34 Todd Gilliland. He was involved in that wreck back at lap 86, but he's come right back up into the front 5 to challenge for stage points here.
And Blaney wanted around that 8 car, didn't wait on it anymore, took it.
Zane Smith down to the bottom, makes a 3rd lane. Will he have any help?
Well, that was a super aggressive move, Mike. You saw the back of that car kind of wiggle around a little bit. He pulled it out of line so hard.
I love this angle where you can really see the momentum shifts go from the outside to the inside.
Oh, goes Allgaier around, and he takes Gilliland with him, and they pile up behind him.
Denny Hamlin pulled up in front of him, wasn't clear, not clear. A little bit lackadaisical, it looked like to me, on his block to the outside. We'll have to go back and look.
And there's the big one, folks. Just a consequence of super speedway racing at Daytona when things go wrong. Oh, Shane Van Gisbergen's car stopped. Not sure how much damage there. Alex Bowman, runner-up in the 500 2 years ago. Heavy front-end damage there. I think that's Gilliland trailing a lot of smoke. Austin Cindric was in it. Might have been half the field involved here.
Okay, a couple things. Look at the front of the field, and as this progresses, you see Allgaier in the lead. Starts to get out there quite a bit with a big run coming with Hamlin. You see how he's pulling it out there all by himself. Those two cars got door to door. Now here they come. He's dead in the water. Leaves a half a lane open and tries a little bit lazy with that block up. Then he tried to squeeze in there. It didn't work. A lot of cars tore up in this one, guys. See William Byron getting hit again and around the outside. Logano's in there. Big hit with Bowman.
Gilliland's 34 got hit at least 3 different times.
You see right there, I mean, once Hamlin gets in that position and goes for it on the outside, now he's got them all stacked up behind him and he's pushing. The 40 is a little bit slow with that block. That's all it takes. Happens that fast.
Here's the Hunt brothers on board from Joey Logano. From Denny Hamlin, the Toyota Racing Cam. And the Arby's cam on board Justin Allgaier. Seventeen cars pile up in the big one at Daytona. Heavy damage to Kyle Larson trying to win his first 500. 20 cars are in this pileup as it began with the leader in a 2-lane draft. And there is Justin Allgaier's car being hauled to the garage area. Alex Bowman. Now they can repair these cars in the garage, bring them back on racetrack if they're able. There is a NASCAR procedure for that. Right now, the only car officially out of the race is B.J. McLeod. Justin Allgaier talking it over with the track crew here. We have his audio.
Well, I thought I said outside, but yeah, I don't know.
No, you said it. You said it. Because I was trying to tell you, like, he's got to come off the throttle to stay connected better. And then he got so far out there, and then, I mean, you were still spotting him. And he said outside, and you went up there.
Conversation between crew chief Greg Ives and spotter Joey Meyer.
Well, I think that this is an aggressive move by Denny Hamlin in a tight spot, but he's there and he's getting a good run. And they were just talking about the 40 getting too far out, but Justin just comes up the racetrack, and that's really what starts this wreck.
Too little, too late.
Todd Gilliland, the first victim there in the number 34 Ford. A couple of cars scoot through, but most everybody else is caught up in this.
Yeah,
this right here is why you pull back on the racetrack if you're Chase Briscoe, trying to get points. You never know who else is going to fall out of this thing.
All right, we will roll under caution to the end of stage number 2. Bubba Wallace will be the second stage winner over Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, John Hunter Nemechek, and Riley Herbst after a 20-car pileup that begins right here at the front of the field. Most of the crashes this speed week have been right toward the front of the field. if not from the very front. And the carnage extends all the way back in the draft.
Well, this is definitely not a new problem. We've seen it this weekend. The first one that we showed, I caused that one, spinning Tyler Reddick out. So it is definitely a product of what has always been here with the old car, more so with this new car. But you see right here again, tight hole right there for Denny Hamlin. But you know, I think Justin Allgaier heard the spotter and the crew chief talking about telling him outside, and just a little late on getting up there and leaving too much space. And I think some of that is just not racing this car all the time. Different style of racing, different pace of everything is happening as we ride on board with Kyle Larson.
That second hit into Austin Cindric, the one that did all the damage to the right front there.
Yeah, but the fender's still on it right there. When he rolled around, I mean, you got to try to stay on the lead lap. And you can see it right there. It's on it. So when he pulled around there, the tire blew out and ripped the whole fender and half the nose off. That's the one that's problematic for trying to get the thing repaired and be a factor for the end of this thing. I would think that that's enough damage to probably take the win scenario out of the 5 car.
And that last shot really shows what happens when you're at 185 miles an hour and right on the very edge of control.
It just doesn't take much. And you know, we see one car up the racetrack hit another car, both of them into the wall, and then they just become out of control as you're trying to slow down and save those cars. And the impacts from front bumper to back bumper and cars shooting everywhere. So bad timing right there, and a lot of cars involved.
Now 7-time champ Jimmy Johnson will get the free pass, get back on the lead lap. I had kidded him this morning. He's got an interesting driver coach with him, Dario Franchitti, hanging with Jimmy. They're having a lot of fun together. And here's one of his cars, the Pie Barker onboard camera for Jimmy Johnson. Legacy Motor Club teamed with John Hunter Nemechek, the 4th place car, and Eric Jones currently in 16th.
This is that scenario that we talk about when they pull out there and you've lost your dancing partner. Now it's time to reevaluate, find who's left, and see if she'll dance with you.
So they'll take the green and white checkered flag, officially ending stage 2 as they come around this time. Bubba Wallace will pick up the stage win, his first at Daytona, for the 2-time 500 runner-up. And you saw him in that crash sequence from Thursday night, where he said, one moment I'm leading the race, and the next moment I'm facing backwards in the back straightaway.
And that's how it works at these super speedway races. You can think you're having a great day, and all of a sudden there's one moment and you think you're going to miss a crash, and all of a sudden that car that was going right hangs a left, and boom, right into his door. So it can change so quickly on these super speedway races as to what your fate is.
Saving fuel under caution by shutting it off. Only once has a stage winner won the Daytona 500 since we instituted stage racing. That was Denny Hamlin in 2020.
Right here. Stage winner, KMD.
Yeah. Good job.
10 points. Hey, that could loom large as we get toward race 26 and determine which drivers will race in the chase for the championship.
Every point matters, Clint, even if you don't want to say so. They all matter.
Yeah, I know he acted like it wasn't that big a deal, but he'll be glad that that happened here in a few months. Start winding things down and the money gets on the line.
Alle 7 Minuten passiert in Deutschland ein Einbruch. Entscheiden Sie sich für 24/7-Schutz von Verisure. Registriert das System einen Eindringling, reagiert die Alarmzentrale in Sekundenschnelle.
Hier ist Verisure. Wir haben die Polizei verständigt.
Und konfrontiert den Einbrecher in Echtzeit. Wenn der Alarm ausgelöst wird, schreitet Verisure ein. Verisure, Europas Nummer 1 in Alarmsystemen. Buchen Sie jetzt Ihren kostenlosen Sicherheitscheck und erfahren Sie, wie auch Sie Ihr Zuhause einfach und kostengünstig sichern können. Auf verisure.de.
Es ist wieder Playoff-Zeit in der Champions League und Borussia Dortmund steht vor einem ganz heißen Duell. Am Dienstag empfängt der BVB Atalanta Bergamo und alle fragen sich, können die Borussen ihre starke Bundesliga-Form auch in die Königsklasse mitnehmen? Für diesen Kracher hat Wettanbieter Neobet für alle Neukunden was ganz Besonderes vorbereitet. Ein Megaboost von 12,3 auf Heimsieg Dortmund. Und ihr könnt euch den Megaboost jetzt sichern. Ihr öffnet einfach ein neues Konto, setzt maximal 10 € auf den Wettboost und das ganz einfach, indem ihr den QR-Code abscannt oder im Browser neobet.de/sportdigital eingebt. Und ja, wir alle wissen, zu Hause ist der BVB eine Macht. Vor 81.000 Fans im Signal Iduna Park unter Flutlicht, eine ganz besondere Champions League Atmosphäre. Immer ein absolutes Highlight. Aber jetzt gilt es, sich für das Rückspiel gegen Bergamo eine richtig gute Ausgangslage zu sichern. Und wenn ihr jetzt noch unsicher seid, ob ihr euch den Megaboost von 12,3 auf Heimsieg Dortmund mitnehmen sollt, dann aufgepasst. Denn auf Neobet gibt es für alle Neukunden noch viele weitere Bonuspakete im Wert von bis zu 100 €. Schaut einfach mal rein. Viel Spaß und viel Erfolg mit eurer Wette.
Winterzeit ist Einbruchszeit. Schützen Sie Ihr Zuhause mit Verisure. Buchen Sie jetzt Ihren kostenlosen Sicherheitscheck und wir installieren Ihr Alarmsystem in nur 24 Stunden auf verisure.de.
You're getting all the action from the NASCAR Cup Series 2026 live on Sport Digital.
Was the pole sitter for this race. Right front fender is cracked that they could see, but no fender rubs. They're going to take a little bit of extra time here, put Barabon on the hood and tape that down. As you see him looking at it, taking extra time here, Mike.
Everybody getting Goodyear tires and filling up with Sunoco race fuel with Poet Zero Carbon Bioethanol. Getting ready for the third and final stage of the Daytona 500, Bubba Wallace, your Stage 2 winner.